Today is the 24th of May. It's about 9:30 in the morning and about 79 degrees. This is an African starflower, and my husband cut it back, back to just where there's wood, and it's really thrived. It likes its home. We still don't have we're still manually watering everything over here, and I want to get some other stuff planted in this whiskey barrel, but I'm just running out of time. And by time I mean before the heat sets in. So my strawberries are getting plenty of water even though they're crispy. So I don't know if I picked the wrong container, the wrong location, the wrong soil. I don't know. I've got some fruit starting to set on some of them, but they've been getting consistent watering. It's just sad because they were really beautiful plants when I bought them. Can't blame the store for that. They gave me good plants. So I found a umbrella in our garage that kind of goes with our Chase lounge, and I mean, not perfectly, but I think I only paid $10 for that umbrella at like Rite Aid. So I feel like, yoo-hoo, I'm finally using it, because I've never liked it that much, but I thought for $10 you can always use an umbrella in your garden somehow. So anyway, I'm putting it to use this year, so I feel good about that. And then I've been laying in my Chase lounges a little bit, and I find that what I need, because the arms are metal, is I need little cloth pads on there. So I'm building cloth pads for the arms of my Chase lounges, so that otherwise they burn your arms. It's bad. We just have extreme temperatures here, and any metal gets really, really hot. So I took one pot of aloe, which was something crazy like that, or maybe it was more like this one, I don't know, but one that had quite a few aloes in it. And I think I've got 8 little bitty ones in here. I just planted these this morning, and I wish I had somebody that I could give these to. I'll have to look around. I'd like to find them homes. I don't want this much aloe. So I have that. Let's see, what do we do? I think I showed that we ran the tubing for the irrigation on those dirt lockers, and it seems to be working pretty good. My bottle brush, I love it. Look at how dark and green it is. And we did fertilize this week. That's one thing that we did. We fertilized all the flowering stuff too, and so it looks kind of sad right now, but I think it'll bounce back. And we're gonna hit it again tonight with a real mild fertilizer and see if we can get these back into shape. I have not planted my aloe in this pot yet. My husband makes the soil for me. He does a blend, and I need the blend for an aloe, so he's gonna work on that, he thinks, maybe today. So, and I believe that these other plants that are in here, I took a picture of them, and I think they're salvia, but I'm not so sure, so who knows. Where my husband cut back this plant, it sure has done well. This is geranimander, and it was dead in this one area, and it's come back. So, and then I've got an iris that bloomed last week, I believe. I probably will leave that lantana for the time being, because again, I haven't been able to get one of these this size to transplant very well. We shall see. And so I trimmed back this petunia here, and I want to trim back these. So I'm going to probably do that tonight after the feeding. I'll just show these. These are Artemisia cuttings, and I had probably 25 of them, and I'm down to, it looks like I had another one die, so I've got 3 here, which not a great percentage, but it's free, so how can I complain? I already had the plant. So anyway, I still have not filled that pot either. I'm trying to think of what all I was doing this week. We did have some hellacious winds, so that probably curtailed a lot of things out in the yard. These have come up like crazy. There's a petunia in there too. And these are the salvia. I'll have to look up what they are. I know what they are, but I can't think of it right offhand right now. But anywho, that bed's filling out nice. These are the cutting, these tubings are for up in that section of the dirt lockers. We want to get those put in. I am hand watering that for the most part because it's not getting enough from the sprinklers. So that's what that's all about. I haven't taken any more cuttings of my fuzzy wuzzy. What I was going to do is put them in the empty pockets of that GreenStalk there, like I did on this side, because they even bloomed after I put them in here. Some of them bloomed, and it just looks kind of cool to see them all filling out the GreenStalk. So I want to do that with this one, and I will. And it's all those that are up there that just take the cuttings and put them in there. They have like a lemony skunk smell to them, which I don't mind. So I don't know that everybody would like that. Looks like I have some watering problems back here too. Those are jewels of opar, and they're shriveled because they're not getting enough water. That one looks like it might, but that one's not doing well. So anywho, come over here. My little lantana that's up in here is still alive. That one, that's a purple lantana that I got a propagation, and it at least is green and looking like it might take. Everything I've planted in there so far has not been too successful, and they've been big. But, and then I want to cut this lantana. It's one of those pink and yellow, and they're like a weed around here. So I want to cut that one back a little bit. And then you can see up there, the bougainvillea's got a little bit of color on it. So I'm hoping in the next week it will flush out and get really pretty. We shall see. I think they like it up there. Both bougainvilleas seem to be doing okay. We never got this stuff cut back. This is overgrown mess. I might get all of this fuchsia pulled out of here and this lavender cut back in the next week or so, because it's, as you can see, it's shady back here. We had a leak right there, and with the water leak that we had, we had I'll just leave it at that. We had a water leak, and when we're having to fix water leaks, other things slow down. Let's see. I put the next tomato cage on. I might have done that last week. Yeah, I might have. And then I think that plant up there is a pumpkin that's kind of going around the tomatoes up there. And then my potatoes aren't doing that well, and I've neglected them, so I feel bad about that. But there's only so much I can pay attention to, and I'm finding I've got too much going on. I did work at the museum this week and was doing weeding and everything, and when you're tending to somebody else's area and then yours, you get sore from it. It makes it hard to come home and want to do your own. These are okra, and they seem to be doing okay. I'm gonna pull these cabbages, maybe not this one. This one looks less eaten up, but I'll probably pull this one out and put some more okra in there. So that's my plan for that. I do have tomatoes that are green, so I'm feeling good about that. There's at least one, and those are 4th of July, I believe. And I just gave this some water because they're looking curled, and this is getting a lot of sun, and we don't put shade cloth on this. So it will be interesting to see how these tomatoes fare compared to where we will have shade cloth. But that's the thing we're going to start this week. 10-day forecast is the next 2 days we're going to have like lower 90-degree highs. And then Tuesday we get windy, really windy. So we probably will work on something that doesn't require too much of our doesn't require anything that will cause the wind to be a problem. And then on Wednesday and Thursday it's supposed to only get up into the 70s, which is awesome. And that is when we intend to put all the shade cloths up. It's not supposed to be windy, it's supposed to be cool. It should give us an opportunity to do that. So part of this week we'll be planning the staging of our shade cloth, because it takes some tools and some ladders and some shade cloths that are a certain size, so we want to get all that laid out and ready to go so that we can just hit the ground running on Wednesday, and maybe it'll take Thursday. I'm hoping it's only one day, but sometimes you have to rest in between because the ladder gets to you. These are those dreadlock amaranth, kind of pretty. I don't know if I should probably be thinning these. That's what these are too, but I'm kind of letting it go for now. I am getting some cucumbers to take, cucumber seeds. There's a cucumber over here that's doing pretty well. These tomatoes are doing quite nicely, and this tomato was one of the last I planted, and it's doing pretty good. And then we hit this with some stuff for the chlorosis, and we're going to give it another treatment tonight. So we're going to do another treatment on our peppers, and they are bouncing back. They're not all, there's some that are getting healthier leaves. So I'm glad that we caught it. I mean, that we're doing something. And then these were starting to go as well, and they bounce back pretty good. There's a few, but for the most part, I think the treatment's working. This is one of those cucumbers that doesn't require any pollination. So I've kind of got it in this tulle fabric so that I can keep some bugs off of it and keep it contained. We'll see how it does. These are all cucumbers on this side. There was a cucumber in this little cage that I could probably take out of there. These are called quick snack cukes. Look at how tiny they are. I bought those for the GreenStalk because the pockets are the right size for those. And so I don't think that you can transplant cukes that well, but it's given me the idea that I need to get those planted in a GreenStalk. So I'm going to probably do that here shortly. Oh, I'll show the Kukuza squash. It's now up to the last rung on this obelisk. Something's been eating on it. Probably, we did kill some grasshoppers, but it's doing really well. So I'm happy with that. And let's see. I've got mostly purple Cherokee tomatoes in here, and we've tried to stake them a little bit better. Yeah, I need to stake these better for sure. And then you can see my mallow is blooming. That's kind of cool. I think I'm still struggling getting anything. I put tons of seeds in here. Marigolds, basil, none of it's, there is a few little, oh, I don't know if that's part of the seeds I planted. Oh, that's my chamomile. My chamomile is coming in. So it just takes a while. I had to be patient. And then there is a zucchini right there in amongst the onions. And then I have, this is the only area that has this shade cloth. We left it up from last year because it's so small that we felt like if we took it down, we'd lose it. So the tomatoes over here look pretty good because of the shade cloth, I'm sure. And then back here we have a zucchini that's kind of hidden. And we have a zucchini right there. And these are, that says Thornburn terracotta. This is a yellow plum. That's a yellow plum. And then this one is a yellow plum. So there's two yellow plums here. Then this one is a Thornburn terracotta, and this one is a 4th of July. Oh, this one might be one too. It is. There's two 4th of July here. So I got lots of tomatoes going. I'm just hoping they all do well. And then this is a moneymaker, purple Cherokee, and this is I think a moneymaker. Let me see. Yep, moneymaker. And these were some of the last ones that I planted. And then we had a tomato that was growing in the rocks, and we moved it over into a raised bed, and I thought it died because it drooped and went limp and didn't look like it was going to come back. But there it is. So I don't know what kind it is, but it looks like it took. So, and that's a Kajari melon. And then none of my other seeds have come in, so I'm gonna probably plant some more seeds. This is this little tomato plant right there. Should go over on this side. That is a money maker. In fact, it shows how windy it gets. Even these get blown out of there. So I'll probably plant some more seeds in these beds this week and see what happens there. This is our tank that we use to water stuff, fertilize. We put our mix in there, and so the other thing that I want to do is get my patios cleaned. So that's something that's going to be on my list. Anyway, I have picked some eggplants. I think both this squash and this eggplant have gone through some, not only because they don't have the shade cloth up yet, but they've had temperature differences that they don't know whether it's time to start fruiting or what. So I feel for them. I've had the same thing. It goes from cold to hot, and we don't know what to do. And I'm thinking that that's partly what the problem is with this bed. There are summer plants that thought, oh, summer's here, and then it started to get more spring-like, and I don't think they like that. My plumbago, as you can see, is still doing good. Probably gonna get some blooms soon. I can't wait. I am so excited about that. I know this bed doesn't look like anything spectacular, but I can envision it filled with plumbago with this bougainvillea in the center. And I still don't know what kind of bougainvillea that is, what color, nothing. So it'll be interesting to see. And we still have this planter to plant out. We gave all of these a treatment. I planted some more seeds in here. I did plant Tithonia, but nothing seemed like it was coming up, so I put in some basil. This basil is struggling. I don't think it likes being here this year. I don't know what to say about that. And then I've got that bed still to get the water put in there correctly, and I do have plants for that, but it's been on hold until we get the water situation. And then here's what I did this morning. There's my aloe, and because this is the south side of the house, I think the aloe can definitely handle the heat. The sun, afternoon sun, because we have a little bit of an overhang here, I think we'll be okay, because the sun's more northern in the summer. So during the hottest part of the year, they should get shade in the afternoon right here, just because of how we have these planters. And then because we have no gutters there, if we get any kind of rain, what I'm going to have to do is tarp these things, because one of the problems with this planter here is that it fills with water. It's got a water reservoir in the bottom of it, and because we didn't want it going all over the sidewalk. And I guess I can show it here. these are empty, but so it's got a place for the water to go. And anywho, we don't want that to fill up. I've had to suck the water out of these several times, and I just don't want to drown these because they don't like a whole lot of water, I don't think. So, and then we've got some lighting that you can't tell right now, but at night it's really pretty. There's lights now in these pots and they shine up on this thing. So I'm gonna come in here. I've got some ideas of decorative ways to do this because we don't use it as a water fountain because the basin of it isn't big enough. It puts the water out on the sidewalk. So even though I liked the way the pots were and everything, I'm gonna decorate this and maybe put some more lights in it and a solar light or two, and then just enjoy it at night. So, and that I just was funning around with that solar light, but it does come on at night, so that's kind of cool. And I think that's about it. We're gonna move that a hose container down here and get it out of the way, and then the back of the house we intend to have spiffed up a little bit for this year, which will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I had intended to get these honeysuckle out this year out of these concrete planters, and it didn't happen, and maybe that's okay. Maybe I need to enjoy these Cape honeysuckle one more year. So anyway, I think that's about it. That's my garden diary. Today is the 20th of May, and we got a zucchini, an eggplant. Neither one of those were growing, even though we left them on the plant for several days. And then we've got some serrano peppers. Today is the 23rd of May, and we got some peppers out of the garden. Some of them are split, the bell peppers, so I don't know what's, I have to look that up. It sounds like it's inconsistent watering. I don't know.